Welcome to Spooky Saturday, where the stories tend to make you stand on end, and I'm not talking just hair. Your sanity is optional here, so let's dive into tonight's tale.
Picture this. Dark road, pitch black night, fog rolling over the slopes, and you're halfway walking your bike home after a long ride. The last thing you ever expect to see is shadows moving directly in front of you. Except, that's exactly what happened. Let's dive into it. Hello, paranormal poet.
I'm your father.
And this is an experience my brain refuses to forget. I've always believed in ghosts. I just never thought I'd actually run into one myself. This happened back in 2016 on a semi-rural stretch of road here in California. I've ridden this area plenty of times before, but always during the day, never at night. There's a section near the Jamboree Boy Scout camp where the road curves and dips in ways you don't really notice until you're on them. It's narrow, and the slopes on either side are steep enough that if you fall, you're not just getting scraped up, you're getting severely injured. And at night, it's a night you've never seen before. Accidents aren't rare there, serious ones. That day, I was part of a group ride with about 15 cyclists. It was a tough but fun ride. Lots of city riding, some brutal uphill sections, but overall, a good day on the bike. By the end of the ride, the route brought us out to this semi-rural stretch near the camp. By the time we finished, everyone was exhausted. A lot of the group headed out, and a few of us were left walking our bikes back to where we parked, waiting in the dark. It was around 8 in the evening by then. Anyone who rides knows that once it gets dark, headlights come out. But there were no streetlights out there, no cars going by, just us, our bikes, and the sound of the night surrounding us. By this point, we were probably halfway back to our cars when I suddenly heard it. A bicycle chain, right in my left ear, spinning fast like someone riding down the hill. I turned immediately, expecting to see a rider coming up behind us. Nothing, just the shadows of trees, barely lit by my headlight. What made it stranger was that I wasn't the only one who reacted to it. The 3 other riders who were with me stopped at the same time. They heard it too. Every cyclist knows how sketchy riding at night can be, so I turned around and I looked back toward the end of the road. There's a left turn there that drops into a downhill slope, one of those spots cyclists warn each other about, because if you mess up, you don't get a second chance. And that's when I saw him. As I looked towards the turn, I saw a cyclist with no lights, just cruising through a light fog. I watched him for a solid 5 seconds, long enough to know I was really seeing something. When he rounded the corner, I saw him broadside, and that's when it hit me. I could see through him, fully through him. His body, his bike, both were transparent. I could see the road and the trees right through both of them. And then just like that, he disappeared into the tree line. None of us said anything for a while. Later, when we finally talked about it, something stuck with me. All of the riders heard the chain, but I was the only one who actually saw the cyclist. After that night, I started asking around, people who ride that area regularly. Almost everyone had a story. Some of them had stories of friends that went on that same road, slipped and fell into the ditch below, severely injuring themselves. Some of them even shared the same remarkable details as I had in this encounter. was truly a ghost. But if it was, I wouldn't be all too surprised. That area is full of winding turns on a gradual downhill slope. So whatever that was, I hope I never see it again. If you enjoyed this true story and wish to see more like it in the future, don't forget to hit subscribe if you are new, click that like button for me, and comment what moment did it for you. If you love true, paranormal, scary stories in audio-only format, you are in the right place. So tune in every Saturday at 9 p.m. PST for new stories every week.
Through the static and the silence, a whisper calls your name, a voice that chills your spirit, yet soothes you all the same. In the dark, the tales unfold.